Hi lovely students, welcome to Learning English with Atena. Today I'm excited to tackle a topic that many learners find incredibly confusing. Prepositions. Is it in the night? Is it on the night? Is it at the night? Oh my god! And as always in English there are so many exclusions, there are so many things that you just have to remember. Welcome to this video. We're gonna talk about prepositions. Before we start, let's do a quick. I'm gonna read 3 sentences. You're gonna write down prepositions. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna give you the right answers. Now, we're planning to visit the museum. Wednesday afternoon. The surprise twist. The end of the movie was completely unexpected. And the last one. Wanna go on a walk? Tomorrow morning. I can't. I can? Sunday morning. So, I hope you wrote down your answers because we're gonna check them at the end of this video. Okay? First, let's talk about mornings, afternoons, evenings, and nights. So the thing is, sometimes we don't even use prepositions. This morning, this afternoon, this evening, no preposition needed. I missed you this morning. He was executed this afternoon. But in other cases, we should. For example, I prefer showering the morning. In the morning. See, you in the morning. And the same goes for afternoon and evening. We'll have lunch on our terrace in the afternoon. And then leave. We usually watch a movie in the evening. So, morning, afternoon, evening, we use in. Especially in the afternoon. Now, what about night? Let's look at the example. I can't sleep night. You're tempted to say in the night because it's in the morning and the afternoon, in the evening. Well, night is an exception. Welcome to Learning English. There are always exceptions. I can't sleep at night. Now, the reason for that is that night refers to a continuous period of time, while morning, evening, and afternoon refers to part of the day. It gets cold at night. Now, there are cases when you can say in the night, but these cases are very specific when you're referring to a particular night. Let's look at the examples. I was awake in the night thinking about all the things that had happened. So basically, we're referring to a particular night. This is why we use in the night. I heard a rustling sound outside and peeked through the window to see raccoon digging through the garbage cans. So again, we are referring to a specific night, but more commonly people would say in the middle of the night. I woke up in the middle of the night with a terrible headache. So, in the night usually refers a particular night. At night refers to any night and is more commonly used. Now, on to the next case. We use on when talking about days a week. On Wednesday, on Monday, on Thursday, on Friday. Okay, we start on Monday. See you in church on Sunday. But what about Thursday morning? Because we just talked about morning and we used in. Is it in Thursday morning? Because they comes first, it's gonna be on Thursday morning, on Friday evening, on Wednesday night. Okay, so whenever we have day of the week, we use on. Now, what about the weekend? It's on the weekend. Though sometimes you can hear people say at the weekend. That is more British. Americans would say on the weekend. I like to relax and spend time with my family on the weekend. Now, funny exception, another thing that you should remember. We can say on Sundays, but there is a thing in English where you can just omit the preposition. You can say, I do my groceries Sundays. Do you usually go out Fridays? They have meetings Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you can just omit prepositions when you're talking about plural days of the week. You will hear native speakers do that, so just keep that in mind. And when in doubt, just use on. There is nothing wrong with saying we have meetings on Tuesdays and Thursdays just for you to know right, because there are so many things native speakers would say in a different way, depending where they are, where they come from. Was their level of education, was their occupation. There is so many nuances and I just want you to know this one. Okay, is it at the beginning or is it in the beginning? Let's talk about it. We use at the beginning or at the start to indicate a starting point. And normally, we would have of in the same sentence. Let's look at a couple of examples. At the beginning of the meeting, I'll ask everyone to pitch ideas. She took off running at the start of the race. Now, we use in the beginning when we went to contrast two situations at different times. In the beginning, I struggled to learn how to play the guitar, but with practice, I became quite good at it. Right? We're contrasting 2 points of time in the beginning and later in the process. Now, at the end, marks the point of time when something finishes. And when we want to show that, we say at the end. We're almost at the end of the book, but I still don't know what's going on. At the end of his speech, he thanked everyone for coming. Now, we use in the end when we want to talk about things that happened after a long time or as a result of something. Let's look at an example. In the end, we decided to buy a cheaper car. Right? So we had this process of choosing the car, and in the end of the process, we decided to buy a cheaper car. See the difference at the end focuses on the point in time. In the end, focuses on the result that happened after a long time. So you've been thinking about it, debating, weighing options, and in the end you decided to go for something. But in the end, we always win. Now let's check your answers. Right, you took a test at the beginning of this video, right? We're planning to visit the museum on Wednesday afternoon, right? Days a week. The surprise twist at the end of the movie was completely unexpected, right? Because we're marking a period of time. We're not talking about the result. We're talking about a particular part of that movie at the end of the movie. Wanna go on a walk tomorrow morning? No preposition needed. I can't. I can on Sunday morning though. On Sunday morning because we have our day of the week. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Please do not forget to share it with friends. Bye.